Feature number 1 is hiding in plain sight on Perplexity, and most local owners still treat Google Maps like the only game in town. When a buyer asks Perplexity for the best emergency plumber near me, the best dentist open Saturday, or the most trusted HVAC company in their zip code, Perplexity does not only show pins on a map. It writes an answer, names businesses, and drops source citation links. Those source clicks convert like crazy. In our client patterns, one clean Perplexity source placement can send roughly 10 times more booked intent than a tired Google Maps pack impression that gets tapped, compared, and abandoned. I am going to show why Maps traffic is getting weaker every quarter, what the Perplexity source citation feature actually is, the exact signals that get your business named and linked, a 30-day playbook to win those citations, and a weekly scorecard so you stop guessing. First, why Google Maps traffic is no longer enough. Google Maps still matters, directions still matter, the local pack still gets eyes. But the buyer journey changed. People used to open Maps, tap 3 pins, skim stars, and call. Now a huge slice of high-intent demand starts in ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google AI Overviews, Claude, and Gemini. Those engines answer before the map ever opens. The click you use to rent with ads or grind for with ranking is getting replaced by a short-list sentence that ends the search. Maps traffic has 3 structural problems in 2026. Problem number 1 is comparison shopping. 3 pins, side by side, train the buyer to price shop and ghost you. Problem number 2 is low trust density. A star average without specific service proof does not tell a nervous homeowner you fix their exact issue tonight. Problem number 3 is zero-click leakage above the pack. Google AI Overviews and other answer boxes often satisfy the query before anyone reaches your listing. You can rank and still starve. Perplexity flips that dynamic when you win the source slot. The user already asked a full question in natural language. The model already filtered weak options. When your name appears with a citation, the click is not a casual browse, it is confirmation. That is why quality per visit can crush Maps even when raw session volume looks smaller on paper. Second, what the Perplexity source citation feature really does. Call it what it is. Perplexity answers with linked sources. Those sources are the feature. Not a vague brand mention buried in chat, a visible citation a human can open. When Perplexity recommends a local business and attaches your site, your Google Business Profile style proof, a review page, or a service page as a source, you inherit the trust the model just built in the answer. That is different from a Maps pin. A pin says you exist nearby. A Perplexity source says this engine judged you worth citing for this exact job. Buyers treat that like a referral from a smart friend who already did the research. Across ChatGPT-style answers, Perplexity citations, Google AI overviews, Claude research replies, and Gemini local summaries, the winners share one trait. Clean entity proof the model can defend. Here is the conversion math owners miss. 10 Maps profile views might yield 1 weak call. 1 Perplexity source click from a ready-to-buy query can yield a booked job because the objection handling already happened inside the answer. Intent density beats impression vanity. That is the 10x pattern, not magic. Better qualification upstream. Third, the playbook to win Perplexity source citations. Step number 1 is entity hygiene. Your name, address, phone, categories, hours, and website must match everywhere. Perplexity and every other answer engine hate split identities. One old sweet number on a directory can fracture confidence. Step number 2 is extractable service pages. Thin home pages lose. Publish clear pages for the money jobs. Emergency drain cleaning, water heater replacement, same-day AC repair, Invisalign consults, whatever you sell. Write like a human, answering the exact question a buyer types into Perplexity. Include city names, service radius, hours, and proof points machines can lift. Step number 3 is review specificity. Generic 5 stars a week fuel. Reviews that name the service, the neighborhood, the speed, and the outcome become quotable evidence. Ask for that language on purpose. Step number 4 is multi-surface corroboration. Your site, Google Business Profile, citations, and third-party mentions should tell the same story. When Perplexity checks sources, agreement lowers recommendation risk. Disagreement makes the model pick a cleaner competitor. Step number 5 is prompt monitoring. Every week run the same money prompts in Perplexity, ChatGPT, Google AI Overviews, Claude, and Gemini. Track whether you are named, whether you are cited as a source, and which URL gets the link. If a competitor owns the citation, reverse engineer their proof stack instead of buying more blind ad spend. But it gets more extreme when you operationalize this for 30 days. Days 1 through 7, freeze the basics, fix NAP errors, Correct primary category. Upload real job photos. Add services on your profile. Publish or rewrite 2 service pages that answer the exact questions that print money. Days 8 through 14, harvest proof. Request 10 specific reviews. Add FAQ blocks that match real buyer language. Make sure your phone number and booking path are obvious on every cited page so a Perplexity visitor can convert in one tap. Days 15 through 21. Build citation gravity. Earn or clean local citations. Get mentioned on relevant local pages. Align schema and on-page entities so machines see one business, not 5 fragments. Days 22 through 30. Measure and iterate. Log mention rate and source link rate across the 5 engines. Double down on the pages that earn citations. Kill fluff pages that never get referenced. This is how you turn Perplexity from a curiosity into a lead channel that outruns Maps tire kickers. Fourth, the weekly scorecard that keeps you honest. Scorecard line 1. Mention rate. Out of 10 money prompts, how often is your brand named in Perplexity? Scorecard line 2. Source rate. When you are mentioned, how often is your URL actually cited? Scorecard line 3. Landing quality. Does the cited page load fast, prove the service, and make calling obvious on mobile? Scorecard line 4. Competitive gap. Who owns the citations you want, and what proof do they show that you lack? Scorecard line 5. Cross-engine echo. Do ChatGPT, Google AI overviews, Claude, and Gemini start repeating the same shortlist? When multiple engines agree, demand compounds. If Maps is still your only dashboard, you are managing yesterday channel while tomorrow channel decides who gets the job. Maps can keep the directions. Perplexity source. Citations keep the trust. Owners who treat citations like a product surface win qualified traffic. Owners who only polish pins keep competing on star averages and coupon energy. Recap. Google Maps traffic is diluted by comparison shopping, thin trust, and AI answers above the pack. Perplexity source citations send fewer but far hotter visits because the model already filtered and endorsed you. Win with entity hygiene, extractable pages, specific reviews, corroboration, and weekly multi-engine prompts. Run the 30-day sprint. Track mention rate and source rate like revenue metrics. Stop renting hope on the map pack alone. Get named, get cited, get the click that already decided. If you want this system on autopilot across ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google AI overviews, and the rest of AI search, get started at tryninja.ai and see where you stand today.